Hola y'all, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sophie and this is Chi-Town Chica's scrapping space, where I record my work covering the space industry through scrapbooking and journaling. So I'm sharing the photo here. It's a Southwest ornament for my day 2 of December Daily Space Edition, Space Stories for my Christmas tree. This is actually a keychain that I purchased at an airport museum. It lights up. I'm going to press it right here. It lights up and it actually makes takeoff sounds. So I just add an ornament hook to this and hang it on my tree. And there's a special space story behind this that I will share in a moment. But I'm showing you a couple of the embellishments that I've pulled out. I've pulled out some planes, some star chipboard, some plain paper clips that I actually got from Boeing. And then this paper, I had it in the haul or the kit video for this project. When I flipped it over, I saw the clouds and stars and I was like, this is actually perfect. It's the perfect color scheme for this. So that's what I decided to go with. I have these puffy stickers, which have a camera on them because there's a camera involved. And the chipboard actually had a piece of chipboard that said a little bit of Christmas magic, which has to go with the theme of the story. So I've pulled out some ribbon that I'm just loving the look of today. It's actually a pain in the butt to stick on. And then there was also some paper that I pulled just for backing this photo. So once I picked this paper, I kind of had a pretty good idea of what I wanted to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut the border strip off. This is Simple Stories, I believe. It's one of their Disney lines. And I actually pulled some of I had an embellishment pack, and because it was all in like reds and yellows, I pulled that as well. And you would have seen some of those embellishments in the tray there. So I'm going to go ahead and just get this photo backed and framed and kind of just get started creating. So the story behind this ornament, it's a little bit of space, a little bit of aviation, and a whole lot of Christmas magic. I was living in Houston at the time covering the space industry. I was working a lot at Johnson, and it had been a couple years since I'd been able to go home. The previous year I had to work out in California for Christmas, and then the year before that I was in Florida. So I was really looking forward to a planned trip home for Christmas with my new husband. But we were going to road trip, and a couple days before Christmas, we had a really bad accident. We were okay, but the car wasn't. So we were kind of just like scrambling, worrying about getting the car fixed, and then trying to figure out if we were going to be able to pull this trip off. Well, we tried securing a rental car and we couldn't get one for the entire duration of our trip. So that was scrapped. Then I started looking at plane tickets and oh no, that was not going to fly either. Well, we weren't going to fly. So we just decided we were going to have a Houston Christmas and be home with his family. Since we were home and I was pretty bummed, my husband was like, let's go out. And there was a space related exhibit at the Houston Terminal Museum in Houston that we'd wanted to go to, but we didn't think we were going to get it in before we were leaving for the holidays. And, you know, we wouldn't have, except now we had an extra day or two. So we went to the museum, we took it as a work day. And this museum is right up next to Hobby Airport. And they you have the ability to walk out and view the planes. And then you could see, well, the planes in the museum, but then you could see planes on the runway taking off because you're pretty much out on the runway, next to the runway. Afterwards, we grabbed some lunch and then we decided to do some plane spotting. So we parked the car at the end of the runway. They have a little lot there. And we were watching planes as they took off and came in. And I noticed that the Southwest planes had little hearts on the underside of them as one flew over me. So I snapped a photo, which is what you would have seen in the beginning. And I looked on the radar to see where the plane was headed, and to my surprise it was headed to Chicago. So I got a little emotional and I sent the photo on a tweet that, you know, I was sending my love back home to Chicago even though I couldn't be there for the holidays. You know, we finished our day, went home, and I want to say a couple hours later I got a message from Southwest. They'd seen my tweet and they offered to fly me home for the holidays on them. And I was really excited, but at the same time I was just devastated because it was technically my husband and I's first Christmas as a married couple together. So I sent them a message back and I said, you know, thank you so much for the offer. I would like nothing more than to be with my family for the holidays. But I was also a newlywed. And this was our first Christmas together. So as much as I wanted to go, I had to turn the offer down. And I was going to stay in Houston with my husband. Well, Southwest came back and said, you know what? Congratulations on your wedding. Merry Christmas. We'd like to send both you and your husband home and back for the holidays. Yeah, talk about Christmas magic. It was so incredible and so generous, and I will forever thank Southwest because that was Christmas 2019. And we got home and everything happened in the world that happened. And so because I hadn't been home for a couple years, it really helped me get through that long, dark time. But yeah, I mean, if there was any time I'd ever believe that like Christmas magic exists, this was it. I'm trying not to get emotional here, but and when we got home, I went back to the museum because I'd seen this little keychain in the gift store. I didn't buy it then, but I went back to the museum to buy it for my tree, and it sits there on my tree every year, and I love it. It's just cute. So by now, I've already finished this layout. You've seen me just kind of lay everything out. I've got the planes, the plane stickers flying off into the sky to kind of represent that plane spotting we were doing. I've added a little ticket to the top with the paper clip. I found this Christmas Magic. Well, Christmas was in my sticker pack and Magic was in the Disney pack. And right now I've adhered everything down. I love the way this turned out. I've kind of just told the story right there on the layout of how this happened and how Michael and I got to go home for the holidays. And yeah, I actually swapped out this airlines tag. I really love it over here. And I pulled out another heart chipboard. I've added a little camera to kind of tell that story. And there it is. This layout is done. Day 2 gone already, but I'm going to leave you with a close-up view of my work. At the end here, I also have a video of the ornament lighting up and making its little audio takeoff. I hope you enjoyed talking space and aviation and Christmas magic with me today. I'm trying to post a video every day this month featuring space stories from my tree. So if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, do so you don't miss a single story. Adios.